welcome back to Dandelion Dreams Homestead. Today we're finally going to start a garden. So last year we just did some bucket gardening because we didn't have time to get the garden in the ground. But this year we're really hoping to get it in the ground, and it's already mid-May. So we are running way behind, but we're gonna start it today. We have some electric fencing we're gonna be putting up, some electric netting to keep the chickens and the dog out. And then we are going to start the garden over here. And then way down on the other end is where we plan to start the orchard. So we plan to eventually grow into each other, but this gives us room and to expand either way, and we're not limiting ourselves on how many trees or how much garden space we have for now. So this year the garden's going to be about 50 feet by 50 feet, and so we're going to get that fence set up, and then we are going to be doing the back to Eden method, or a variation of that, which basically we're going to start by laying cardboard boxes down on the grass, and that's going to help kill the grass and kill any weeds from coming up into the garden. Then we're going to do about 4 inches of compost, followed by bark. The bark's going to help keep everything moist and help also keep weeds from wanting to grow up because they'll be covering on the dirt. So we are going to start with the fencing and getting the boxes laid. We were able to source a ton of boxes from a local store here, and the problem is if we don't get them in to the electric fencing today, our dog will chew them all up tonight. So we want to get them at least into the area safe tonight. Now, since we have so many projects going on at the same time and we have rain coming again tomorrow, there's just not enough time for us to work together on everything. So I'm gonna try to set up this fence all by myself. We will see how it goes. Wish me luck. Okay, 2 problems. One, just realized that this is a shorter fence, and so it's not going to make it all the way around the garden. The bigger fence is currently being used for the cattle and the emus, so we don't have that option. Second, there's no way we have enough boxes to cover this whole thing, and so I really want to get these plants in the ground, so we're going to shorten it and do 25 by 25 instead of 50 by 50. Okay, so we've had some issues with the garden. Got all those boxes laid down, and then the boys decided that they also wanted to have their own garden space. So we expanded the garden space. We got the bigger fence, switched out the fences that were in the emu yard, got the bigger fence out, and made it bigger. But then all the boxes just kept blowing away as we waited for our compost to be delivered. The boxes kept blowing away, then it would rain and the box would be wet everywhere all over the property. They were blowing across the street. And that went on for about a week of me picking up boxes and putting them back, waiting for someone to bring us the comp. So we wound up just taking all the boxes out and being done. Now we're going in a different direction. We're going to lay weed barrier or weed cloth, I guess, down instead of doing the boxes. So that's what we're gonna do today. The boys and I have already started plants and they are growing like crazy and they're about ready to be transferred over, so we're going to get all that done. Alright, we're gonna do 25-foot rows and I think it's 15 feet wide. Come here, Milo, bring it here. See it. No, not 15 feet wide at all. Alright, let's see. It's a contractor woven weed control fabric. It's 6 feet wide by 100 feet long, but we're going to do it in 25-foot strips, so this should do about 4 strips for us, and then we have 2 of them, so we'll see if it's enough to cover the garden. Okay, so we finally got the garden all laid out. After the second strip, we got some more big wind and it pulled all those staples right out of it. We're hoping that it's going to stay in. We're gonna put some potato buckets on one end to keep them down, but we will see how it goes. Today, we're gonna use this little flamethrower to make the holes in the tarp, the weed barrier fabric. We want them to be about 3 inches so that way we can use our new tool. We got this drill attachment. This will loosen up all the soil and all the dirt and kind of loosen up all those weeds or grass that are underneath it. So this will go down in it next to soften up the dirt and make a hole for the plant. Then we're gonna put a little bit of rabbit manure down at the bottom and put the plants in. Now the boys and I started some plants about 2 weeks ago, and between the heat and the turkeys, they're doing moderately okay. So we want to get those in the ground as soon as possible. So we're going to start with those, and then we're going to add seed for the rest of the way. This whole aisle right here is all going to be corn. We're hoping it'll grow up to be kind of a windbreak to kind of protect the other plants, because we do get some crazy wind coming from this direction. So that is what we are going to be working on today. It goes right in the center. Okay. Wait, make sure this is going the right direction. Okay, go. Oh, nope, it's going the wrong way. Push that in. There you go. Push it down as you do it. Wait. It's not in the center anymore. Okay, go. Push it down as you do it. It's going the right way. Go. Oop. Wow, I almost broke my hand.
the heck?
I want to go down there. There we go. So it was extra wet and I did not want to go down in there. All right, Milo, go and get your shovel and dig that out. Or actually, let Mo do a couple first. Here, Mo. Hold it tight. There you go. There you go. Yep, there you go. Now pull it reverse and pull it out. Make it go the right way.
There's a corn seed in that one.
There's just a corn step out. Alright, stop. Reverse it.
This is lots of seed.
Yep, it should all have a seed. Milo, would you like to put some in the ground?
Yeah,
You can use the little shovel to help push dirt in. Did you see how I showed Mo to do it?
yeah. Okay, so your hands and
Hold this above the hole, how deep you want it. You don't want it to be super deep. You want to hold your fingers like right there, like where this color changes. You're going to put this, hold this flat, and then you're going to put dirt underneath it, and then you're going to put dirt all around it until the hole's filled, okay?
ta-da! Is that good?
Yep. Do that back one.
There we go. There's a worm.
Good. Worms are good for the garden. Well, you guys, we finally finally got the garden planted. Took way longer than we wanted. It's way later in the season than we wanted, but it's planted. We'll see how it goes. And if nothing else, it's ready for next year. We decided to do a whole row of corn to help block the wind. There's different kinds of corn between sweet corn and rainbow corn and black corn, popping corn. We have tomatoes. We have a whole row of lettuces between butter crunch and spinach, kale, and romaine. This one has a bunch of different things like onion. We put some giant kale for the emus, celery, bell peppers. No, bell peppers are in the next aisle, but celery. We have some purple celery. We went ahead and planted some broccoli and cauliflower. It's really late in the season for that, but we decided we'll just put some in and see how it does. Then right here we have our tomatoes. We're gonna put some colored bell peppers over there. We have everything that's gonna need a trellis. So we have a lot of sweet peas, and we have regular peas, snap peas, sweet peas, bell peppers, tomatoes. Can't remember what else. Then over here we have all of our melons, or any of our vining plants. We have watermelons, we have cantaloupe, we have zucchini, we have squash, we have pumpkin, we have jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. So we were gonna leave this line right here bare so they have room to vine out, but then we decided that we would plant sunflowers all down this row. So we have all kinds of different varieties of sunflowers down this row, and then we figure those will be sprouted up high enough by the time these vining plants come over here. So hopefully we'll be covered, and then we have nice little treats for the chickens and the emus and everything else that we can give them. So there's the garden. We're excited that's finally started. The only thing we have left is to plant pumpkins in 4 of these buckets right here. I mean, not pumpkins, potatoes. We're gonna do potatoes and carrots. So those are the last things that we need to plant, and then the garden will be done. So if you haven't already, go ahead and click the follow and the like button. Subscribe to our channel so you can see what happens with the garden, with the emus, and everything else going on at the homestead. See you guys soon. Bye.